How's it going, guys? Good. Excited to be playing. I don't recognize that deck. What's the deal? Do you remember my Miriam Sentinel Worm deck that I built right after Baldur's Gate came out? Well, I never ended up playing it that much because it just felt like it was too much for our play group and I didn't have a good time with it. So I took that apart and I made it into just a Gruul D&D deck, but not Dungeons and Dragons. This is Dice and Dragons. So my commanders are Will, Blade of Frontiers, with the background Acolyte of Bahamut. So I'm able to still use all the dragon cards that I really liked from that deck, as well as all the fun D&D cards that let you roll dice. So this is very thematic and pretty fun, I think. Alright, begin my upkeep. Let's check in with the party. Our human warlock has amassed a dragon barbarian, an elf shaman, a dwarf shaman, dragon druid, and a giant bard, and a various assortment of magical items. Let's see how many dice I can roll this turn. I'm first going to activate my component pouch, which lets me roll a d20, and because of Will's ability, I'll get to roll 2 of them and keep the higher. Alright, I'll keep the 18. I'll put 2 component counters on my component pouch, and then my Vexing Puzzle Box will get 18 more counters, bringing me up to 96. And my Brazen Dwarf triggers and deals 1 damage to each opponent from me rolling a die. I'll also choose to have Vrondis take 1 damage from me rolling dice so that I can create a 4/5 red and green dragon spirit creature that when it deals damage, I sacrifice it. Will also get a counter from me rolling dice. And then I think I'll go ahead and pay 2 mana to activate my Deck of Many Things, which says I roll a d20. Again, I'll roll 2 of them because of Will's ability, and I'll keep the higher. I rolled a 19, but I'll have to subtract 2 from it because that's the size of my hand, so that means I get to draw 2 cards. Once again, I'll choose to deal 1 damage to Vrondis, so I can create another Dragon Spirit, and then I will also deal 1 damage to each of you, and Will get another counter. My Vexing Puzzle Box will tick up over 100, so I will go ahead and tap it to remove 100 counters, only leaving a few behind to go search my library for an artifact, put it into the battlefield, and then shuffle. I'm going to go find Bucknar's Everfull Purse, which lets me roll d4 and get treasures equal to the result. So I will go ahead and pay 1 into Bucknar's Everfull Purse and roll 2 d4s thanks to Willow's ability, and I will create 4 treasure tokens, and then I'll go ahead and pass this to the player to my right. Ah, gee, thanks. I'm sure if I survive long enough to use that, it'll be super helpful. Rolling those dice will put another counter on Will. It'll trigger my Brazen Doors to deal damage to you. I will choose not to have Vrondis take the damage. So I'm going to go ahead and pay 1, 2, sacrifice all but 1 of my treasures, tap my Scaled Nurture, and discounted 2 from my Acolyte of Bahamut. I'm going to cast Utvara Hellkite. I will go ahead and move 1 of the last counters from Invigorating Hot Springs onto it, so it'll be modified and be given haste from Invigorating Hot Springs, and then I will move to combat. You've got Death Toucher, so I'll swing my Utvara Hellkite in the air at you. I will swing these 2 at you and these 2 at you. On attack, my Delina Wild Mage will trigger, and I'll roll a d20. Again, I'll roll 2, thanks to Will. 15. So I will go ahead and make a copy of my Utvara Hellkite, tapped and attacking, and then I will do it again. Only 11 that time, so I'll make 1